What's good? It's Unconventional AF with Jaleel Wavy back with a new episode. This is the best solo podcast that no one has ever heard. I'm going to start saying that at the beginning of each episode because I believe that. Great news in rap. J. Cole has officially announced the date for the Fall Off 2626. Now, I saw some people in the comments on Instagram saying that it's deeper than just 2626. I don't know. I'm not looking that deep into it. It's cool because, 2626, but whatever. And then he also dropped a song. Now, this was interesting because the song that he posted on Instagram along with the video, it says this to track 2. So is this a double disc album? I've also heard numerous times people say that the Fall Off is his final album. I've never seen that from J. Cole. Maybe he did say that. I just never seen it. But I'm excited. I am excited. J. Cole used to be my favorite rapper. And then the GOAT, took over. But yeah, J. Cole used to be my favorite rapper. So I'm going to go into this album with no expectations. We all know the talk, the chatter around J. Cole's music recently of it not being great. I dive into that conversation a lot as well, but I'm going into this album with an open mind. I always go into a J. Cole album wanting it to be good. So that's how I'm going to take this. One thing I thought about when it comes to J. Cole's music, and I told a coworker this because we were, discussing his music and his catalog and all that good stuff. And it was like, oh man, where did the fall off happen, I guess? And I was like, I don't know, because them first 3 J. Cole albums, Cold World, Born Sinners, Forest Hill Drive, love those albums down. I don't think any album he can put out can top those 3, at least for me. Because if you listen to his most recent albums, they sound good. We know J. Cole can rap, so that's not the problem. Production wise, they are okay, but where's the disconnect for the fans and him? I believe he produces a lot of his own music now. Maybe that's what it is. I said I can't relate to J. Cole's music anymore because he has grown and I have not. That's what I said. Because them first 3 albums, he talked a lot about not having his dad around. He talked about not being that guy, women stuff that. And I'm like, I don't have my dad around. I'm not that guy. Never been that guy. So I relate to it a little bit more compared to now where I'm like, I don't relate to anything he's talking about. But then again, I can't relate to Drake's music about getting women, all the money, the jewelry. I can't relate to that. But that shit is amazing. So I don't know. It's just excuses. I don't know what it is. But I'm looking forward to the album. I cannot wait to hear it. I'm going to be listening to a lot of old J. Cole up until February 6th. And I cannot wait. It looked like it's going to be a good first quarter for music. Jill Scott is coming. Ari Lennox is coming. We still waiting for Drake. Iceman. I'm waiting. I don't know about y'all, but I'm waiting for Drake Iceman. Again, I'm looking at my imaginary watch. I am waiting. More big news. If you are a Real Housewives of Atlanta fan, I'm sure you saw that Nene and Bravo have worked things out and she is back. I believe she's going to be a part of the Ultimate Girls Trip, the 20 years OG, whatever that's about. I don't know those white women. I just don't. But Giselle from Potomac is on there, and Portia from Atlanta is on there, a part of this OG Ultimate Girls Trip. I saw a lot of people questioning why Portia was on this trip because she's not an OG. I would say she's probably the most relevant Atlanta housewife right now that's actually a peach holder. I'm pretty sure Phaedra already did it. Cynthia did it. Kenya did it. They could have went with Sheree, but Sheree is not on Housewives right now, so that's probably why they didn't pick her. And I believe Giselle did do it for Potomac, but I mean, I guess Karen was locked up. I don't know. I don't really follow the Ultimate Girls Trip stuff like that. I don't know if I'll be tuned in, but you know, I'm curious to see how they incorporate Nene back into Bravo. If you talk about Atlanta, you know, I think season 17 is already done filming. But if we talk about season 18 and who we would want on the show, I would be open to Nene coming back. Portia, obviously. Cynthia. Kim Zolciak. Drew. Angela, she would fit in because they old and she old. So I like her on the show. Maybe Kenya, if they could work that out. I can see a world where they bring back some of the fan favorites of Atlanta. Phaedra, she's back on the show. I doubt if Candy will come back. She's doing things that's more important like Broadway, so she doesn't need it. I'm curious to see how the following season goes now that Nene and Bravo and Andy and the crew have made up. And the final thing I want to talk about is Potomac. It looks like they already shot the reunion. Bravo posted the seating chart for Potomac. Of course, you got Andy in the middle, Wendy on his left. Then you got Giselle, Tia, and then Monique. Then you got Stacey, first chair on his right. Ashley, and Angel. And then there was a reel posted, and then they scooted the heads down and put Karen right next to Andy in the first chair on the right. I'm very excited to see the Grand Dame come back and take over Potomac again. And I like the incorporation of Karen being at the reunion. Obviously, she can't be a part of the whole thing because she wasn't on this past season. But just to give the fans an update on how she's doing and be like, I will be back for season 11. Yes, that's what we want. And that's what I'm hoping is coming. This season has been entertaining. I have liked season 10 so far. And I just watched the last episode where Giselle basically like, I'm taking over this trip and we might go home. I'm thinking like, damn, I wonder how different this season would be if Karen was available. Because I believe Karen would have took Angel under her wings and probably would have stuck up for her in a lot of ways. That's why we miss Karen, because as crazy as Karen was and would get down on you in a heartbeat because the Grand Dame don't play, she would have took Angel under her wing and she would have protected her from a lot of the foolishness that has been going on this season. I guess you can even call it bullying. I personally would like to see Angel back. I think she's beautiful. She has been agitating everybody's spirit on the show. And as a person that likes to irritate someone that they don't like, because if I don't like someone and they don't like me tapping my feet, now I'm going to tap my feet even harder. I might even stomp on the ground because I don't like you and I don't want you to be happy or comfortable. I would like to see Angel come back for next season. Get rid of Kay, get rid of Jazzy, bring Monique back, bring back Karen. Hopefully Wendy is free and available and not clink, lie down. But yes, all of this, I'm looking forward to everything. Yes, this is great TV. I'm happy. Well, that's all I have for today. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, full episodes on YouTube now. Yes, I'm giving y'all the full video. Follow Jaleel Wavy on Instagram and TikTok. Unconventional on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you for listening.